Okay, so in today's topic, we are going to talk about handling the checkboxes. Like handling means the test cases are very simple. I will click on this checkbox, these bins, and after I click on it, I want to confirm that this bins checkbox has indeed got selected or not. Okay, this is a simple test case what we have. So for that I will create a new code file. So I'll say new class checkbox handling. Public static void main. Right, and I'll just take these three statements from our previous test file, and this is the URL which I am taking in this code, right? Okay, now let's see. I'll inspect the element now first. As we all know that in order to start working with the UI elements, we have to first inspect those UI elements. So this is the design of that element. Input ID, like input is a tag name, ID is set, value, name and type. These are the attribute set. So let's make use of this ID attribute here. So I'll say driver dot find element by ID, right? And let's save the scripting reference web element bins checkbox, right? So I'll just import the web element, right? Now here what we want to do, we want to click. So I'll say dot click. So after I click, what I want to do is I want to check, confirm that it got checked or not, right? So for that there is a API in web element class is selected. This is displayed. We have seen the usage of this when we were checking the visibility, right? So this is enabled is for checking enabled state, and here is selected is an API which returns boolean. If that element is checked or selected, it will return as true, otherwise it will return as false. So I will say boolean is checked. Now this is my checkpoint. I want to check that this is checked is indeed true. It should be true. It should be returning true to me, right? Is selected because I have clicked on the checkbox. So if it is returning me true, then I'll say checkbox got selected on clicking past, else I will say failed. Correct? So this is how we can do that. Now again I want to check, like when the checkbox is in checked state. Now if I click on it again, I want to confirm that it got deselected like this. So for that, the same statement we will use. We don't need to identify the element again because we have identified it and stored it in the variable. So same variable we can use now to perform the clicking as well as to knowing whether it is selected or not, right? So I am clicking it again, and now I want to again fetch its is selected state, like whether it is selected or not. So I'm just fetching it again, the state is selected. Now what I'm expecting it to be deselected right after I click on it. So I am expecting this to hold false value. So here we will again have our checkpoint saying that if this variable now holds false, I'll say checkbox got deselected on clicking past. If it still remained selected after clicking, I will say checkbox didn't get. Failed. Here also I'll say didn't get. Right, now let's execute. I will just pause the test in between so that you guys can observe that indeed checkbox is getting selected and deselected. So I'm just, this is not a requirement of our scenario to pause the test. I am just doing it for the purpose of you guys to, so that you can observe that checkboxes are box is getting selected or deselected accordingly. So let's run it. Before that, let me do this. So this you don't need to do, guys, as there is a problem of some compatibility on my machine. So I just need to on this compatibility mode, then only my browser gets opened properly. But this is only on my machine. You won't face this issue on your machine, so you can directly run. So this is Java application. Now let's observe carefully what is happening. Now the URL is getting opened. Now this checkbox will get checked once the loading is here. Loading is done, checkbox got clicked on and selected. Now it got deselected after clicking on it again, and our test case, both the checkpoints passed, right?